Okay, this is where it starts, heat treating. This is my turkey roaster that I used to heat treat my stone. Not all stone needs to be heat treated. Some of it, like this obsidian here, this mahogany obsidian, doesn't need to be heat treated. This stuff here is port pane. It works just fine raw. So this is glass. Anything like that, you can use this way it is. There's another piece of glass. This is a television screen. But when you get into tougher materials like this is a piece of probably Tennessee River. This is really tough. This right here is a big piece of Texas. This stuff right here is really tough. Sometimes it can have cracks in it. I cook mine in a turkey roaster, and this Texas does really good when some of it that's close to the cortex will come out really red like that. I think it's really pretty. There's another piece, similar material, really red. Now some of it, I don't know what kind it is exactly, but comes out with a blue color, and that's really nice. Here's another piece of Texas. Okay, I'm going to show how to load this thing. As you can see, I have all the material taken out, and I have like an inch of, it's a combination of sand and cat litter, clean cat litter. And what I do is take the flint, doesn't matter, I'm not too picky. What I do is I shove it, I stack it like this up on its edge until I fill the whole bottom up. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, you can see I've got a whole row stacked all the way across, and I've got it pushed down in the sand, and I'll keep doing this until I fill up the whole entire bottom of the turkey roaster. Okay, you can see here I'm about halfway done with the bottom layer. What I'm trying to do is really stuff this in there and get as much in there as I can on this layer. Some people will tell you that you can't let it touch, but since most of my flint is flakes anyways, I don't have a lot of trouble with getting pot lids and stuff like that while it's cooking, so it's alright to just cram it in there. Okay, I've got one layer in the bottom. I've got it stuffed in there pretty good. What you have to realize is that with a turkey roaster, the sides and especially the corners are going to get hotter than the middle. So what you do is you put the tougher materials toward the outside edge and keep all the softer materials toward the middle. And I've got it stuffed full. Now what you do, since I've got that layer there, is I'll take this box of sand and clean cat litter, and what I want to do is just sprinkle that and try to fill up all the little cracks and crevices between those rocks. I don't want there to be any gaps, any air gaps. I want to fill it up. Make sure it's stuffed down in there. And fill up all the little air gaps. And I keep doing that until I get it completely smooth. Okay, there it is with the first layer of sand in there, or second layer I mean. You can just see the end of my flint sticking out of the sand. All I do is just cover everything up to where it's nice and smooth, and then I go ahead with another layer of flint, and then I'll fill the whole thing up with the final layer of sand and cat litter on the top, and then I'll be ready to cook it. Okay, I'm a little bit over halfway done with my second layer. I tried to use a little bit bigger pieces this time. I wanted to have some bigger pieces, but I'm trying to keep the tougher stuff still around the edges. See the bigger piece of Tennessee over here? Okay, there's my second layer loaded in. And also included in this, I've got some broken artifacts that I bought from eBay. This is what I call a sugar quartz type point, and that stuff is really tough, so I thought maybe I'd try to heat treat it before I tried to nap it. Okay, there's my layer of sand and cat litter. It's my third layer of sand and cat litter. I'm going to put in another layer of flint and then top it with another layer of sand and cat litter, and that will complete the turkey roaster and it'll be full. Okay, there's my layer of sand and cat litter. It's my third layer of sand and cat litter. I'm going to put in another layer of flint and then top it with another layer of sand and cat litter, and that will complete the turkey roaster and it'll be full. Okay, here's the last layer. What you want to do is push down on this, really pack it in there tight, as tight as you can, like that. Just be careful not to get cut. And there's the last layer of sand and cat litter. On top, the roaster is full. This is all patted down, nice and firm. Now, one thing I will tell you about this is that when you get this thing loaded, it's going to be very heavy. So you should probably have it where you want to keep it before you load it, because you probably won't be able to move it. And you better clear about 3 days on your schedule before you start this thing, because what you have to do is you have to cook it at 250 degrees for 24 hours, which if I started it at 6 o'clock, that would be 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then 6 o'clock tomorrow I would turn it up 25 more degrees. Okay, then I'd leave it there for an hour and then turn it up to 300. Leave it there for an hour, then turn it up to 325. Leave it there for an hour, up to 350. Now some rock will cook at 350, but I go all the way to 450 on mine, so it takes about 8 hours to get it all the way to 450. And then once it's on 450, you leave it on 450 for about 12 hours. Of course, I will have the lid on here when I do that. You leave it at 450 for 12 hours, and then you come in and turn it off and don't touch it and let it cool by itself. And it takes about 10 to 12 hours for it to cool enough to where you can handle the flint. And then this is what it turns out like. It will be really glassy and really nice stuff. See, some of it turns out with pretty blues in it. And this stuff is that Tennessee River that's brown. When it cooks, it comes out red. Nice stuff. Okay, there's a view of my turkey roaster with the lid on it, ready to go. I'm not going to cook it right now, so I'm not going to leave it around all this flammable material when I do cook it. Just wanted to show it with the lid on it.